And she discouraged medications, second opinions, leaving the center. Is that right, Sean?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct.
Is it true that one man killed himself after, again, allegedly developed depression after the diagnosis?
Yes, that's correct. He was diagnosed, as well as his spouse and other members of their family.
Sean, how did you react personally when given this diagnosis? I mean, you were a young, healthy guy given this diagnosis of early Alzheimer's. How did that affect you?
I was devastated. You know, obviously as a father of four and married, my mother's still alive. It concerned me how it would affect them. You know, obviously that played a big part of my scares in the situation.
And then subsequently, you got a second opinion, and they said, no, you don't have early Alzheimer's. Did, in fact, they think you had some signs of traumatic brain injury from your sports history?
You know, I knew that I had a abnormally large amount of head injuries over the years.
You played football, right?
Yeah, I also boxed for a little while, had a car accident, things like that. They did say that, you know, obviously I have had some brain injuries in the past. You know, more than likely I have CTE. I also sought a third opinion from the Cleveland Clinic. In both cases, they said that I did not have any signs of Alzheimer's. I also had DAT scans for Parkinson's, and I was clear on all of those things.
Well, Sean, we certainly wish you nothing but the best moving forward. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Sean, when he says CTE, referring to chronic traumatic encephalopathy, which we've heard a lot of the stories of professional football players. And boxers. It's not as though a diagnosis of Alzheimer's is one where you just send off a lab result and it comes back positive or negative.
Right.
It can be a diagnosis that is somewhat subjective.
It's a little elusive, but a skilled physician can correctly diagnose it 90% of the time.
But you think about this patient in his 30s, right? Alzheimer's disease is not top of mind for me when he's coming into my office, so something was clearly up there. But yeah, it's a tough disease to diagnose for sure.
And we certainly hope, again, at this point, all these claims are alleged. We did reach out to Sherry Ann Jenkins' lawyer and the lawyer for the clinic. They did not have any comment, but we hope the best for all of these families whose lives were or are in turmoil, and this is the reality. You have to be aware when you go to a clinic, make sure that the doctor you're seeing is actually a doctor. We talk about it on the show all the time. Make sure you see that they are board certified.